What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on the front end of the Veilside Rx-7. In the last video, we finished installing all the original body parts off the car and threw on the hood. We also threw on the hat. Yesterday, we threw on this front fender. It is in no way bolted down or anything, so it's not really in yet, but what's really fascinating about the Veilside kit is it's a full front fender replacement. One of the coolest things about it is it uses all the OEM mounting locations on the car, so that there's no drilling required, but we're most likely gonna have to do some shaving and some slight body work to get it to fit. Either way, we have to go ahead and uninstall these headlights because this kit actually has its own set of headlights and headlight buckets that we're going to be using instead of these RE sleek lights. So it's pretty simple. It's just a mounting system. We're gonna unbolt this. Try to keep most of our wiring intact, although this has a ballast, so I don't know what wiring job has previously been done. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful about that. But let's go ahead and get these uninstalled. With the headlight completely out the way, I'm gonna go ahead and try and throw on this front fender. The areas on which I'm gonna be watching are the back tab in here that connects right in front of the door, and then the underside, and then just lining up the original bolt holes on the side of the frame rails. So I'll try and chuck it on and see if I can get every hole to line up for the most part, and then try to throw some bolts in. Calvin just threw in a couple bolts. I didn't get it on camera, but though there's bolts lined up on the frame rail.
I put them right here, and I put them right here.
Right there. But if you follow me down here, Calv, there's two holes on the underside, and there's actually, right next to the pinch welds, there's two threaded holes where I can see where it needs to go, but like I need this to go in, like another inch, but I'm hitting something.
Are you sure you're not hitting the lift?
No. That, whatever that noise is, alright, we need to figure out what that is.
Feels like it's right there.
Like you feel those holes, right? Or you see the holes, right?
There's like a thing here. Oh, it's this thing. On the kit, there's a lump. There's a bit of a lump there.
That like needs to be shaved, or that is there for a reason? What's a lump?
It's a lump. Like you would think that since this is flat here, right here, there's a lump.
That like is an incorrection in the mold or something?
It's humongous.
Do you want to take it off and shave it?
My fingers are split like this. Oh yeah, check the other one.
So here's the mirror side. Oh god, oh god, oh gosh. Right. Nope. Yep, just gonna drop all these pieces. Yep. It's to those. Okay. Oh. Okay.
That's what's hitting. It looks like rigidity. Structural integrity, but this right here is hidden.
Okay, well, this is probably hollow.
It is hollow.
So if we were to shave that or cut into that, it would just be an open hole.
It's for rigidity, though.
It's hitting is right here, and I think Calvin is right. It almost looks like it's a rigidity piece because it starts at the top, and you can almost see like where it was an additional piece that they throw on. So we think it looks hollow, so I'm just gonna get a floppy disk, and I'm just gonna slowly start shaving away. You can kind of see right here, it's a bunch of like scratch marks that was from us. So I'm gonna just very calmly and very slowly just shave this away and see what happens. Okay, it's a little rough around the edges, but this is just a test. We'll clean it up if we know it works. But let's go ahead and try and put this on the car and see if it made any difference. Still needs room. After putting it back on, Calvin had the idea of trying to rub it up against the side of the car because it still wasn't fitting. And as you can see, there's actually a little dirt mark of where we were hitting. So we shaved this part off, gave us a little bit more room. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take off this bottom portion and we'll try to test fitting it one more time. Today's video is sponsored by Albert. Traditional banks suck. I think we all know that. Communication with them sucks. They always have a bunch of fees and overdrafts. And if you ever wanna get a hold of someone, it's an absolute nightmare. Albert is completely different from any bank account you've ever used. Their mobile app is tailored to those who use their phone often, and they help you save automatically. Albert will look at your income and expenses and see where you can save, even if it's just a few dollars a month. One of my favorite features is their cashback program that they have. You can get 5 to 20% cash back on your favorite merchants, things like McDonald's, Subway, Chick-fil-A, any place you go to often. All you do is you swipe and use this card and you'll see the cash back go right back into your account instantly. Another amazing feature is their Genius feature. We all suck at managing money, and managing finances is hard and stressful, but Albert has a team of financial experts that they call geniuses that will look at your situation and help you make a plan and answer any questions you have if you're trying to just make the best decision. And for a limited time, when you guys make an account and connect a qualifying direct deposit, you'll get $150. Albert is the answer for a lot of people out there that just don't know it. Take advantage of this deal and click the links down below in the description and get set up with Albert today. Thank you so much to Albert for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to it. All right, shaved off a good amount. Cleaned up the lines a little bit more this time so it looks a little more presentable so you guys don't start yelling at me in the comments, but we're gonna try and test this again. I have good hopes about this. I think this one's gonna fit.
Oh, it's really close.
So you need to push it in and go to the left a little bit, and you can see the holes line up.
Oh, I see it from here. Oh, go get it. Oh, you know what? Bolts are on top of the car. Yeah.
I have extras. Calvin just...
It's simple, bud.
I don't know how he did it.
When the hole doesn't line up, you just give her a good grip, pull her in line, stick the bolt in, and give her a twist. Job done.
The last mounting spot is right in here. It didn't line up, but Calvin just pulled and tugged in. Yeah, so we officially have both on the bottom, fender towards door, and all three in front.
I have some bad news for you, father.
Oh, okay.
So we have to adjust the hood because we all know from the last video, the hood is a little bit that way. So if you close it right now, you'll see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a little off.
And the only way to adjust it is to loosen the bolts on the car. Where are those bolts, Teach?
On the car? Where are the bolts on the...
Yep.
Right there?
They're right here.
Well, but the hood has movement though.
No, it doesn't. It is tight. She is tight. Even if you... Oh God! That over there where the hood latch is?
Yeah, but the hood latch sits.
How are you going, bud? Where does it need to go? It needs to go...
It needs to go to the left.
Exactly. So...
Wait, what if I push it in right now? It will go to the left.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I can push it.
You can push it, but then every time you open your hood, you have to push it. That's not right.
Are you sure there's no adjustment on the hood at all?
Remember how hard it was for us to get the bolts in the hole? Because it was tight. Because they're like this. The holes are like slightly like that.
Oh, so you're saying we'll have to shave?
No, we have to remove the fender to move the hood. Yeah.
Before we adjust the hood, we need the left front fender on, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on after I just shaved it. I mirrored it just to the other side, so she'll go on with these.
Oh, whoa. That's really cool.
Yeah, I did it on the other side too.
Nice, sweet. Gaffle these.
Now do the bottom side of the fender, and Calvin's face, I think, tells it all, folks.
It's so in. You know, there might be a little due south going on, but we can manage. The last one took us two. Teej can muck it up by himself. Look, Teej, get in there.
Oh, look, let me look. I'm coming to look.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's all it needs to do.
Oh! We're gonna get this in.
You need me.
With the fenders on and the hood on, we're gonna go ahead and try and throw the front bumper on. But what sucks is we're gonna have to undo all of this because we still have to adjust the hood, and to adjust the hood, the fenders have to come off. I'm antsy, I'm excited. It might need a lot of trimming. I don't know yet. Let's go ahead and just try and chuck it on. All of that has to come off. Well, we got all of it. Literally not even an inch towards putting it on. And this air duct hits all of this. So we have to remove these panels. Should be pretty easy. Oh! Yeah! Oh!
Get me some boltates.
Boltate?
Oh
my God.
I just realized, as you realized, when we put this hood down,
It's gonna look
it's
like
a car.
Dude,
It's gonna be a car.
I just like took a step back and I was like, wait, whoa.
Yeah, I looked at the front bumper. I was like right here. I was like, wait, if we close that hood?
Whoa, okay, so nothing really lines
Oh,
up.
that's kind of sick.
The bolt, the holes to the right, everything needs to get shifted to the right. There's 2 tabs that go underneath this plastic air box, so that's gonna have to be removed. With this bracket that holds the AC.
Oh, go get some. Put it back on the trapeze pod. I don't know where you are, but I'm here.
Oh, dude.
I'm so here.
Veilside just is coming up with big impressments. Impressments?
It's
a word, I said it.
You say a lot of things.
I say a lot of things wrong. You guys always give me crap. It sounds right in my head. It sounds right when I say it.
Just stick to muck, Tej. This is so good.
Okay, see that side is
So good.
pretty, like that could easily be body work. This side over here, Cal, is like,
Is she lunch?
she went out to lunch and hasn't come back yet.
Oh.
Like you could get this up, but it's like cliffhanger.
It's a lot of lunch.
That's really out to lunch
That's
there.
a lot of
and I tried bending it and it just doesn't, I don't know about that. Maybe,
No.
I don't know. Before we do this, should we move this air box?
Should we? Why would we need to do that?
Because I want to make sure that these 2 bumper tabs are actually in.
That's in. It's fine.
Well, yours
Mine's
is,
in.
but mine's not.
That's fine.
What if it's not in?
It wasn't there before.
What?
That has no bolt. When I took off the bumper,
I know, but that has a thread. This has a bolt
I
attachment.
know, but
so why
on
not
the
use
other
it?
bumper, it wasn't in there.
I know, but why not use it if it has it? We're gonna want all the support we can.
Because we don't want to take out the air box.
I'll take it out. 1, 2. Even if I could just bend it up. Let me look at it. So Calvin's gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Stand back. Stand back. Watch the magic.
Oh. I mean, yes, it's very off still.
No.
But like, it's
fine.
it's here. Like,
That's it.
she's trying to come alive.
That's
Wow.
good. That's good. Right there. Look at that.
Look how much bigger it looks. I don't know. I guess you
not
guys
that-
probably can't tell on video.
It's not that much big. It's about the size of a stock C8.
I mean, sure, the C8. I mean, yes, but this car is very small. But seeing it with this kit on it is like, whoa, that is
Kind of muddy.
really cool.
So okay, so here's the important bit. We have to make sure that the train doesn't interrupt me while I'm speaking.
That's tough. That's a staple in these woods.
So we have to make sure that these parts are absolutely aligned, because if they're not, we can't put the headlights in.
Well, that, but also if they're not 100% aligned as we work our way towards the back of the car, we're gonna run into fitment issues. We gotta be super careful with that.
Super important.
So I think Calvin and I both agree that we need to figure out the fenders and the hood fitment. Actually, as you're lining this up, that's pretty good. This side's pretty consistent. Our issue is this side is very, very, very not good. We could probably sacrifice a little bit of gapping and push the hood to the right, but I tend to think, and this is my opinion, Cal, I think that this fender needs to be pushed towards the car. I'm not saying the hood's good. I'm saying the hood's probably okay. It does still need to be shifted, but I think the fitment issue of this right here is because this fender could find more movement towards. I don't know how. I think that and that are because this fender isn't where it's supposed to be. What do you think?
I really don't know, because
Neither do I.
the holes line up as intended.
And that's where like we could shave the holes and give movement, but then we open up a big can of worms.
We're gonna continue as planned. We're gonna put all the pieces together, and if there's like some serious binding, then we'll figure it out.
Before we go any farther, Calvin and I decided that we want to work on the outside most edges of the fender and the front bumper, because there's actually 2 separate attachments on the inside of the fender and on the lower side of where the headlight sits, like right here. So we think that if we can get both those mounted, we might actually flex this to a closer fitment and it might give us a better idea of how we can gap our hood. We don't want to make any wrong moves and embiggen any holes. That's a word, right? Embiggen?
Embiggen.
We don't want to embiggen any holes because we actually remember, shout out to the OGs, when we were working on the red sparkly BRZ, when Miley had the red sparkly wrap, she had a set of fenders that were replacements that were fiberglass. And we had to drill the holes for all of that in all of these locations that this was pre-drilled. And we learned not to embiggen holes too much because we actually screwed ourselves when doing that, because the moment you start making certain holes bigger to give movement, you kind of cause a waterfall effect, or you kind of cause a snowball effect of chasing issues down the line. So we're trying to not do that, and we're gonna try to make sure we can loosely attach everything. I know it's a long explanation, but we're gonna try to get most of the stuff together before we decide to make any holes bigger. I didn't show Calvin and I working God's work on this front fender. We actually removed the bolt that we originally put in for the front fender that attaches to the headlight like bracket. We removed that, and when we did that, it actually allowed us to get this to line up. There's a little bit of a gap right here, but we actually found another hole on the bumper right here and the fender right here. When we throw in a bolt and it lines up perfectly, we can squeeze that together. So we might not use, you can kind of see that bracket, it was actually kind of broken. We might not use that hole, but we're doing the same God's work on the right side, and we're kind of close, but by the sound of that, maybe we're not too close, but
I have to lean on this, dude.
Okay, so I'm gonna set you guys up, and you guys can watch us do the Lord's work here.
Check it out.
Essentially, Calvin and I went back and forth arguing, and I was trying to force this to make it fit because, as you can kind of see, I started to get a bolt through, but it's pretty crooked. Calvin really wants us to stop, and probably for good reason. We're a really good yin and yang, because where I push the envelope, he's usually pushing the other direction, and it stops us, and it makes us like reconsider some stuff. You can see like it wants to fit, but it's not 100% aligned. So our thought process before trying to just bolt that down right now, and like the fiberglass is exploding, and then we're like really screwed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the front fenders and front bumper. Calvin's theory is the right side of the car will bolt up and marry it together, but this front left one will not, because we see where it needs to be and where the puzzle pieces match, but the holes are incorrect.
Yeah. Right now, if you look, the bolt is twisted this way. So when we tighten it, it's gonna straighten out, pushing the front bumper out and pulling the fender in. And we're already have a ledge going that way, so it'll only worsen that problem. The idea that I had was if we take it off the car and clamp it together the way it looks good, then we could make a new hole and make it much better. Right now, if we go any further, we risk explosion.
So before we go ahead and take off the fender and the front bumper, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to mark my areas on the headlight housing that need to be trimmed for these new headlight buckets, which are super cool, nice and carbon. But there's an area where it doesn't allow it to sit flush. It's essentially like, oh, you can see where this like wants to line up. Might as well trim some of this right here.
Yeah, I think you could take
here,
right where the
here.
fold is. If you
The fold?
if you go like this and take out like a.
Oh, you want to go that far? I was gonna just cut a notch like this. And like
oh, you
this.
could do that, yeah.
Like cut a square out.
I'm afraid you might have to start like. I'm afraid you might end up dinking it right here. So if you do it like this.
So like here.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut that, and then we'll try to put this bucket back in, get the buckets to sit where they need to, and then disassemble the front end. Damn.
Hey!
It worked?
Wow. Wait, hold up. Hey!
Oh wow, it was actually
You might have problems.
when we have a bulb in the back, it might touch.
It might have a problem, but
We're not using this anymore, are we?
no.
Okay, I'll cut a little more from here, and then I'll do a little more right here, because when we have a bulb, I have a... Well, still not adjusted correctly. Gotta push it.
It's a car. That's almost a car.
Now this is a very, very rough image. These aren't really in, they're just mocked up. We're slowly just trimming stuff away.
You can't even tell on camera, T.
On camera you can't. Well, I mean, there's still some fatty gaps. We're still getting there, but...
you can't even tell on camera, T.
It's close, dude. I mean, it's not close. It's not close at all, but it looks like a Veilside Rx-7 in the front, which is like the coolest thing. So it's coming together, baby. The front end of the car looks super good. We're slowly kind of seeing the personality of the Veilside kit come to life. This is where we're gonna be stopping for today, and we're gonna be focusing, I think, on the rear end of the car next, or the side skirts and bridges, which I haven't even like shown you guys yet. I don't know where we're gonna start next. I think it's gonna be the rear or the rear fenders, somewhere in that area. So if you guys want to see that video, be sure to subscribe so you guys stay up to date and turn on post notifications so you get updated when we upload another Veilside video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and keep moving forward.